Hello and good morning. Hello everywhere you are happen to be today, whichever time zone. Good to be here with you. And welcome to the Wisdom Dialogue Circle. We'll be gathering the circles regularly, almost once every month for the last year or so. And the Wisdom Dialogue Circle is a practice informed by silence and sourced out of wisdom to create a new dialogue for humanity on a journey from the head to the heart to the hands. And we gather every time several wisdom speakers from all corners of the world. They're joining us as panelists in this panel today. We have already a few, and a few more will be joining shortly. So welcome, first of all, to our inner circle of wisdom speakers. Welcome to Irene, welcome to Mother Helene, welcome to Jennifer, welcome to Gara, welcome to Samuel, and the more that will be joining. And welcome to all the other ones that are joining us in the outer circle of the Wisdom Dialogue Circle today. All the various participants that are attending and just taking time in their busy routine as they start the day or as they finish the day, depending on time zone, to connect here with their wisdom, with the wisdom that is available to all of us. And as we all connect, just everyone, take a moment to just connect with how you're feeling right now. And what brings you here in this space. And as we connect with our essence, maybe for those out in the outer circle, feel free to write in the chat whatever you feel like sharing right now, maybe where you're connecting from or what brings you here. But as we begin, and thank you, Mother Helene and all the others to bring up already our awareness towards the element of water, because yes, the context of this wisdom dialogue is water. It has multiple forms and meanings and associations that we can relate to. And the last Wisdom Dialogue Circle we had was very precious with several pearls of wisdom. And there was this one takeaway that came up about water is life. And we also flip it with life is water. And so as we begin, we invite you all to connect with that concept that water is life. In whichever sector you happen to operate, in whichever place and state you are right now, just let those words and that energy resonate with you and see where it takes you, whether you're on the inner or the outer circle. And before we go into our practice, which is informed by silence, so we'll let silence speak to us and through us, we invite you all to just maybe go and get 2 glasses of water. And 1 glass of water to quench your thirst that you may have for answers to all the many questions that are in your space right now. And another glass of water to just observe and connect with water. So if you need, take your time to just go and have that water along your side, and we'll be here. And maybe just a few principles here that we always honor for those who are new. So silence is the core protagonist of this dialogue, and we'll let it be here with us at the beginning, during, and in between every wisdom speaker intervention as a way to let us connect with that deeper wisdom that is accessible, and also allow it to amplify, resonate whichever words or not words fill up the space. So we'll let silence give rhythm to the dialogue, and collectively we are tapping into the wisdom of water. So we're somehow inviting the spirit of water to be sitting next to us. Let it form the space, let it speak to us and to us. And last but not least, all the other times we'll be tapping into this meta question on how can we reorient, reawaken. And so today we are somehow let it water give us hints, give us directions, give us fluidity in being with the question, what needs to happen, what needs to shift right now in our world, in the world. And so let's begin with a moment of silence, and we'll let this moment be with us for approximately 9-8 minutes, up to 30 past, and then the dialogue will begin. And for all those of you who are engaged here for the first time and as an observer, just allow yourself to connect as well and feel being part of this dialogue space. And you may want to comment, you may want to write in the chat. You may want to have your presence somehow visible through the chat and through Nora, who's assisting here and holding the space for all of us. So have a sip from your glass. And let water enter your system. Take a deep breath. As you connect with the water inside and outside. Let it cleanse. Let it inform your breath so that your breath can create the space you need right now. And connect you with wisdom, with the water wisdom. So take a deep breath. And let water, the water sound, the water touch, the water sight allow you to let the wisdom emerge. And here we begin the dialogue. So we begin by tapping into this sentence, water is life. And what we feel when we connect with water, the life in water. And what that has to say with regard to the state of the world. So I'll just begin. And water is very present for me today And for work reasons, I happen to be next to the sea. And as I reflect myself into the screen, my attention is immediately into the horizon in front of you and behind me. And there's a notion that water is in between. It's in between the earth, the bottom of the sea, and the sky. And so that to me is an invitation to tap into the bridging quality of water, of integrating, of connecting opposite dimensions, the concrete, tangible, operational aspects of our life and our work and of leadership, and the more high level, deeper, spiritual, strategic dimensions of our life, work, and leadership as well. And that speaks to me to the very key essence of us being human, as being the ones who are in between, our feet on the ground and our head heading towards the sky. And how can we tap into that ability of water to fluidly bridge, connect, amplify, being a conduit for these two dimensions to blend and allow something to flourish. And that speaks to me both internally and very intimately, as well as in a very concrete and tangible way of who I want to be and act in my relating to others in my work. How can I be an integrator rather than a separator of things? I'll pause here.
When I connected with the earth, with the water, with the sound of the water touching the beach, I felt as if the water was like carrying me. I was floating. And I felt the enormous love of the water to sustain, to carry, to cleanse. And the silence of the water, because you hear it when it touches the land, but when it is with itself, there is this huge, huge, deep silence, as strong as the water, carrying us. And it lifted my soul beyond the water into the fluid of the eternal love, which the water bridges to the material plane. And I heard, water is life. Water is sacred. Life is sacred. But life is more than water alone. Please, please, cleanse your thinking. transform your thinking so that you open the space in your mentality for unity to enter. This is a work that we need to do. Because when we say life is water, then what do we say about earth? What do we say about air? We are so used to divide the world, and we are able to refrain from that, just being present and allow the silence to speak. I've spoken.
We have beautiful messages in the chat. When I am connected with water, I feel I become infinite. Drinking the water affirms that I am a living being, and I feel gratitude. I can send my being and my message across all waters when accepting that we are all one.
The silence that I have heard in the water during our connection to the womb. I came to sense that life-giving force that has carried us into this world. Each and every one of us, we've been carried through the waters into this world. And when you said, Paul, about the bridging of water, it really came as this means of carrying and bridging and bringing life to life. And that wisdom of his bridge, the wisdom of his carrier, wisdom of his birther, is in its transparency, is in its essence of connection to that pure love that Irene was calling in. And that sense of relaxation that that wisdom gives us, at least gives to me, is part of a teaching, is part of a gift that we can embrace as humanity, to feel the effortlessness, and from that effortlessness that water has, it always knows how to flow. And as we had sensed together the last time, it always takes the easiest route. It flows downhill. So that effortlessness is what comes in right now. And through that effortlessness, life comes to life. Right. Hold for now.
I do not want to talk too much, but I cannot refrain from sharing with you that from this connection, I start feeling a strong call, urgency. We need to protect the waters. We need to stand with them. Because they're so much bigger than we are, but a lot of our world doesn't know yet. So we need to step forward to protect the water, drinking water for our children. That wanted to be said.
I love what you are all sharing, and particularly this last exhortation, this last question brings something forward in me, which is the question, what is really the drinking water we need to protect and want to carry forward for the next generations to come? In all its possible connotations, the values, the preciousness of this world, of this civilization, that we are called forth to protect, to cherish, to safeguard, so you can continue to flow, can continue to water and nourish the continuation, the expansion of our species, of our society. And I'll close again here.
I want to share some words. Water is life, and we are water. Water is carrying the original structures of life. It's the being from the beginning. And when I say the original structure of life, it is to go into the deepest primal senses inside of ourselves, in the structure of the earth, to really connecting with all our senses through the water, not only through the drinking water. How does water touch us? How does water smell? How does it feel? It's about awareness, to creating the awareness, but also the inspiration, because water can be still, it can be flowing, it can be stormy. It lives by the emotions, and it is a mirror of our inside world, a reflection. And as we nurture life, we nurture our waters, we nurture the earth, we nurture the sky. And as humanity, we have lost that communication beyond the words. And by what we're doing, by sitting in silence and listening, by embracing the life, the waters, it gives us an opening to feel into, because when you're breathing, when you're drinking a sip of water, how does it feel in your body? Does it feel it is flowing inside of you, or does it feel it's some obstacles in the way? It is, water can teach us the original structures of life. It's extremely important that we carry out the original structure, that we have been living all over the world, and we are all from different parts of the world, but from the beginning of the beginning, we are one. And how can we weave these original structures to see how we can? I always picture life as a boat. And when I guide people, I ask them, are you the one who are the captain of your boat? And they asked me what I mean with that. And I said, it is about the journey from the outside world to the inside world. Is it in balance? Is it in balance with what we give out and what we receive back? And that is also what water is showing us. Water is my path now, and it is the path. It's guiding me. And when I hesitate, I go to the sea or I go to a stream, and I just sit in silence and I listen. And I listen to what is it telling me, and what is in my resonance box. Yes, it's my body, because the water is a reflection of me. So water is everything. The trees are the green waters. The earth is water. So water has all shapes, all colors of life. And with a deep gratitude of reconnecting to that source, that I was laying in my mother's womb, I was a seed. I was feeling the water next my shell. I was smelling the water. I was tasting the water. That is the first original structure of my waters. That is the first original structure that comes from my lineage. Because I'm a lineage holder of the Sami people. We carry the original structures of the lake of the north, the rivers of the north. And it is really beautiful, but it's not only the seen water, it's also the snow. The snow that gives us everything. It gives us the light, but it's also water. So water is the bringer of life. And it needs to be protected, held sacred. It needs to be inspired to the world to create this awareness for humanity that there are no separation in between us and the waters. Thank you for having the word.
While all your words are still ringing inside of me, one thing that is calling through is, how does it feel in our body when we are in stagnation? The water is calling for protection. How does it feel when we are not flowing? Can we tap into that sensation right now to come nearer to how it is for water to be held, to be polluted, to be put down by our deeds as human beings that are still believing in separation. So I'm calling us all together now in to feel, how does stagnation and not flowingness feel in my body right now? A way of dialoguing with that part of water that needs our support, needs our understanding, and we need to come from that space where we are polluted, where we are not flowing, where we have lost our transparency. And in my system and my body, it shrinks me. It is a heavy sensation. It's like my womb and my solar plexus. It's like they lose the pulse that is usually vibrant inside. My throat closes. And if we meet that in us here in the circle together, meet those sensations and say yes to those truths that are happening right now in our system, that are happening in our world. I know that we meet, and when I work with people, I know that when we meet, what's actually happening through our sensations, for our sensing it, for really saying, okay, I'm listening. I'm listening in my system. Our love for the truth starts to move the energy. And we have access to that power of life to come back to life, to give effortlessly life back to itself. So invite us for a moment now in silence to meet that and sense in our system. If we find sense, feel, perhaps we have not that right now, but let's see if that is somewhere luring behind our willingness to be here together. Where is it luring and separating us? So that we can bring that presence to our teacher of the water today.
As I connect with this beautiful inquiry, immediately taken to contraction versus expansion. And somehow to the two primordial forces that govern life. How much am I contracting? And in that contraction, I allow fear to govern and drive the system. And how much I allow myself to expand. And in that expansion, allowing love to inform the space. And in that dance or abrupt transition from contraction to expansion, ultimately to me, it's about how much I let spirit flows into my system. Move me. Move my actions. How I let spirit inspire my system. Give spirit to my system. And when I'm not open to that water essence that is carried by water as well, to that living force, to the spirit, my land, my inner and outer land dries up. And everything in the land dries up. The greenery, the relations, the opportunities, are replaced by problems and constraints. At the same time, as my land rises up, my awareness gets polarized in one of my intelligence rather than in my whole body and spirit intelligence. I'm either more stuck into the head or into just the raw emotions that I still pursue my body, but I don't allow the entire system to embrace them. And so as much as it is essential for me to let spirit flow and be that expansion goes also into the idea of being in vibration and resonance with life at its fullest. And as I pay my attention to the water in this glass, and I immersed previously my finger into the water, I'm reawakened by that sensation that is refreshing and connecting with that deeper and full embracing aspect of water. Thank you. Something that is and wants to be said is that water is light. It carries the light, and it's light. And with that light both being luminous and both being not necessarily heavened by the gravity force, it brings light in my system. It brings a smile, it brings sparkles, brings joy, it brings also an ability to be with whatever challenge emerge with a sense of humor, with a sense of possibility, knowing that we are carried. And so it's both the depth and the lightness and luminosity of it. And holding those two opposite dimensions are what water is like. In a light, joyful, and steering way.
Thank you. That's beautiful words. I really like to react on that. To the thing that you said, water is light. So let's take our drinking glass and see water as light. When you look at it, you'll see the light in the water. And be thankful and grateful for the water to restore all the disbalance in my body. I'd be grateful for the water and align myself when I drink this water. So I come back to my pure essence May I receive the message, what's inside of me, and reach it out into the world. Ashe. Irima ye mama watra. Nina kwaye osukuye madiri yu mama watra. I feel her gentleness, her touch, and I feel my body become warm. And the water reaches the places where it needs to go, where there is disbalance. And I feel it filling up with light, and it becomes, you can visualize that this part where you feel it's going, that it becomes brighter and brighter. And make it bigger. Visualize that part in your body become more bright. Make it bigger. Extend it. Filling up my body with this light. So I become a pillar of light. Extend that light. We are. And fill up the space where we're in. And let's make it bigger. So we come in a circle of light with each other. So this light can touch each other and become one in full circle with each one. See how we become one, how we become we. How the I become we. How the feminine and the masculine energy comes together. And if I look at my glass of water now, it started to dance. Started to move and dance. So my water is joyful. Thank you for dancing with me. Ashe.
What a beautiful practice that could be anytime that we drink water. To allow that gesture of drinking water to be a place through which we align and expand the light. And letting water become sacred as it makes us whole, complete, in aligning and integrating the inner and the outer. And that wholeness, it brings holiness. Bringing forth the light. I'm reminded that in many traditions, water is used in wisdom practices, tapping into the holy water, in whichever tradition you may belong to, and honoring that divine force that water has in protecting, in illuminating, and allowing us to carry the light. So thank you for bringing awareness to my water drinking. It's the light that I can connect to and expand. Sarah.
Water has its own sound, its own frequency. Every unique human being has its own frequency of water. And by the music, by the frequency of water, it brings the flow, the inspiration, the joy. And today my body feels like a soothing river after a very, very deep journey where I look deep into my own waters to embrace it and to create, also have the awareness of where am I in this process. And if we embrace water by drinking, by breathing, feeling how it's flowing us, it can embrace us with awareness of where we are in life. And also, it is okay. It is, we are in this moment now to embrace that with love. Beyond the beyond, what is, sometimes my water vibrate in a very intense vibration. And then I look into it, and then I see myself, I enter the room of fear. And how can that room of fear help me to flow further in life? So for me, in my tradition, we embrace these moments of water. We, in our tradition, there are 7 lakes underneath the earth, to this source of the source. Sometimes it's to reflect, to stop and integrate, and also embrace what is in the moment, to accept it, to accept that frequency inside of me. Because then the healing can start with acceptance, with awareness, by listening and embrace it. I've been sitting here listening to you all. I've been singing, and that's a long time since I do that sometimes. It is also that The message that have been since I strongly work with water today, it has been that it needs music, all kinds of frequencies of music to resonate with. Sometimes I go out to the sea and I go into the sea, and one day I get a calling to go into the sea and sing under the waters, tune in to the waters. And I did. When I came up, I had 13 ducks around me, small ducks, small babies were suiting with the small wings coming near me with this love, this big family. And I just looked around, surrounded with love. And that is to really to tune in to the waters. It is, but also tune in and tap into our own waters and really feel inside. It is a way of coming home, a way of opening the space of, do we have a piece of emptiness inside of us that we feel that, what is this? We can tap in, we can tune in to that emptiness and just be there and be aware and embrace it with love, with peace, but also with trust of life. To build the trust in with us. And we can build that bridge by the waters, by building the trust of life, the crystal, the joy of life, the music of life, and to have that trust in our own frequencies, in our breathing, in our own steps into the earth. Then we resonate with that frequency out to the world. And we create new rings on the water, new rings of healing on the water. So as much as it is about gratitude, it is also about acceptance, respect against life, against ourselves, against the earth, the sky, but also about forgiveness. To forgive. We have our universal library with us. And we have the history. We had a collective history, all of us with us, since century back. And to embrace that with forgiveness, to really see the diamonds in that and embrace it. The world, we are looking for solutions today. We are looking to protect the waters, protect the earth, protect humanity, protect everything. But it's also about acceptance and forgiveness. Because when we forgive whatever it is, we reset and we can start, and the healing journey starts. So I just want you to close your eyes, take a moment of forgiveness of whatever. It doesn't have to be something specific inside of you. Just embrace forgiveness, peace, and unconditionally love for life, for water, the bringer of life. And sit with it and feel into it. And embrace that. Ena varkai stana varkai. And from that space, take the inspiration of what are you longing for? What do you want to bring into life? What is, feeling nurturing? What is feeling, the really tingling, inspiring inside of you? Go to walk, to flow, to be.
Thank you. This practice already brings water to my soul. It opens, it expands, it creates a space for me to receive. Life and whatever life has to offer in this next moment. And as such, it heals. It heals the heavy, critical, separated parts that I've been carrying with me. And as I open, I can't help and go back to an experience that I just had a few days ago, where I've been confronted with the most horrendous horror ever in humanity, which is that of the Holocaust. I've happened to be in Poland and took the opportunity with other colleagues to visit Auschwitz and Birkenau. And touching and sensing and being with the most horrendous horror ever conceivable by us, by humanity. Yeah, I think the practice of apology, of accepting and forgiving may be so hard and so necessary for us to heal the past that we carry inside us, the shadows that we are capable of. And as we commemorate, as we remember, we shed light into those shadows. And allow the light to heal the past in us and around us. And not repeat those shadows. That are still in the awareness and are still operating in one way or the other in multiple forms. And as such, I immediately visualize the ability of water to surround, to embrace, to flexibly adhere and follows all the forms. And in that way, its ability to integrate and bring together. Remembering as a way to bring the members together of our humanity inside us. So allowing the water inside us to bring together, and by bringing together, heal the parts and align us internally and externally. So to be life.
So I'd like to say something to all of you. First, I doubt if I'm going to speak to you, if I'm telling you what I feel, what I experience, hearing all what you shared to me and to all of us. To be honest, I have some difficulties with saying that water is sacred. Let me try to explain to you. So please don't be offended what I'm speaking to you. To my perspective, or to the perspective of the Alifuru people, water don't exist on itself. We need the soil to carry the water. We need the air to purify the water. We need the energy to make the water flow. So speaking about the four elements, water, earth, air, and fire, or to us it is energy, these are the basic of the creation that makes life possible, life on earth. So everything is about life. We need the soil to live. We need the water to live. We need the air to live. We need the energy around us to live. So to me, to us, life is sacred. In accordance to the message from our elders and from our ancient history, we have to take care of Mother Earth. We have to take care of the water, of the air, of the energy, of the soil. But above all, we have to protect life, all life on earth. So life is sacred. There is no life possible if there is no water. There is no life possible if there is not earth or soil. There is not life possible if there is no air or energy. So to me, life is sacred. And it's all about life. If we look around us, if I look now outside the window, I see the sun is shining. I see the leaves of the trees are moving because of the wind. And to me, the wind is keeping the secret of life. If you listen careful to the wind, he will unfold you the secret of life. Life, 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 life. To me, life is sacred. So, but I do understand you, all of you. Focus on water, but please understand me that I have some difficulties with it. Because to me, life, it's all about life. It's life which is sacred. It's life which we have to protect. It's life. It begins with already when we are in the womb of our mother. Our mother, the female who carry the lives, the children who are the future of humanity. I was, a couple of days ago, I went to a water ceremony in Noordwijk, here in Holland. They invited me to open it with the ceremony, and Irene was also there. When they asked me that if this is a water ceremony, I already told them that to me it is a little bit difficult, only focused on water. And but although I have some difficulties, I opened the ceremony with all the honest, the purity which is in me. And I also honor the water ceremony, which they asked me to open it with it. And but during the ceremony, I was just focused on the people who are around me, and especially to the children, because they are alive. And at that moment, I felt that life is very important to us. We have to protect life. So life is so sacred to me. So I support you, all of you. I love all of you sharing me your feelings, your experience about water. And I do understand you, all of you. But to me, it is, I missed something. I missed a lot of things. I missed the soil. I missed the air. I missed the energy. I miss life. And it's all about life. Because we carry everything in us. We carry the water in us, the soil in us, the energy in us. Everything is in us as humans. We are the light of this world. We are the light of this creation. And that's why life is sacred. So that's what I like to share with you. So forgive me if you felt offended to what I just say to you, but please, thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing the awareness of life, to bringing the awareness of the elements, because it is so important. So thank you.
Thank you. And as we bring this round to a close, thank you for these wise words, all of you, and you, Samuel. Yeah, and just beautiful. And definitely here, it's not about being so stiff in what we are, how we're approaching the thing. What if water is just the perspective that we're taking into looking at the sacredness of life? And taking care of the water is honoring life in its soul magnificence. We touched on earth for many months, and now we're touching to water, and it feels already like we will be touching the other elements too, as we are really connecting through one and everyone to the others. But beautiful about expanding our horizons and see all these elements weaved into one another and interdependent. So very much touching inside. So as we bring this round to a close, maybe let's reconnect with our glass and fill it up again. If it is slightly empty as we've been watering our system. And put a finger in it, if you like. So to be really immersed and connecting with water. And in a few words, what are the learnings, the teachings, the inspirations that you are carrying with you for the rest of today and the days to come? And feel free to write in the chat, particularly those who are observing and breathing the space from the outer circle. And for all the rest, if you like, just say a few words as a way to salute and continue your journey.
I will bring some of the words that have been surfing the waves of this water element in the dialogue. And there's been lots of feelings. Water is inside, its immensity, its heaviness in the body when it doesn't flow. The fear, the strangulations, and also the desires to jump in the sea. And honoring its joy and its inhabitants, while also caring for it because it's life. And so honoring life and honoring to myself too as belonging to it. That's the final words that I see here. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining.
Okay, au laina amaresi sopayase putramu urukele upula hatala upulani te tunai mai upumai saka ami oho oho. I say a little prayer in my language to the great creator to protect us, to bless us for this beautiful meeting, and may we learn a lot and sharing a lot together to honor and to protect life. Thank you.
And I touched the water, I felt joy, sparkling joy, and a deep gratitude for the silence. From which this all emanates, and to be part of this, and I feel honored. I thank you all. For making this connection and bringing this open space so that words can come and find their way to where they are needed most, helping Mother Earth to regenerate. Thank you so deeply.
My waters have been moved. My thirst has been quenched. I have a still lake inside and a bubbly energy of the dolphins playing, jumping around in the water. And I have a stream that flows through my veins, currents. The stream is the stream of livingness that I share with you. And I'm so grateful and honored to be able to share it with you. And I'm grateful for the children. I'm reminded in what I bring away today is even deeper acknowledgement and honoring of life coming to life through the children and through our inner child that can step into the joyous exploration of nature and of the divine and find in that exploration itself again. Thank you. Now I'll continue my day with flowing, joyous spaciousness. Thanks.
I want to say thank you to all of you, to all of you who've been inspired to be with us today. As I said, I feel like a soothing river today, but I feel also this river needs movement. It needs forest. It needs to feel the ground, the root. It needs to feel the drum. So I will embrace the forest today. We can walk out in the forest. And inspiring all of you in the room, but all of you all over there in the world to deeply listening inside of yourself, what is calling in this moment, in this present. Thank you.
So thank you each and every one, with immense gratitude to silence, to the wisdom of water and the sacredness of our life. I thank you each and every one. And until the next time, let's be water. And in that, serve the light that is in us. Serve for the entire life, for the many generations to come, and the ones who've been here. Have a wonderful continuation of your day, and we'll stay in touch and tune in into the next.